What's up, guys? For today's episode, we have the very talented singer-songwriter Joy Downer joining us. If you've seen these shows spinning out on Netflix, then you've definitely heard her sound. She has a very signature, unique sound with her song In the Water. Well, she has a new album out now called Paper Moon, which is phenomenal. Definitely give it a listen. All the links are down below. You can get it on all these streaming services. And don't forget to leave us a comment, like, subscribe down below, and let's jump into it. All right. So, what's new?
Well, just living through a pandemic and some unprecedented times.
Just a small little pandemic, that's all.
Yeah.
Nothing big,
trying to keep my head above water.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
So it's been a long time since our private practice days, huh?
Oh my gosh, is that the show that was? I was
I think
gonna
that's
ask
the show.
you.
I think that's the show.
Are we gonna go there?
No.
No.
It was either private practice or Grey's Anatomy. Because
It was
I
one
worked
of
on that studio a
those,
lot.
and I did not get invited back.
Oh, really? When we worked that day? Yeah, I think that's the show we worked on. It was either Private Practice or Grey's Anatomy because those were both filmed in the same studio, same lot. And we met on one of those shows. I forget which show it was, but yeah, you were big into music then too. But you were doing the acting and modeling and stuff as well.
That's right, yeah.
Right.
I was just starting to record the Radio Dreamer EP with Rob Klar.
Yes.
And then I was working 3 different jobs, and that X job was one of these jobs that I was doing to save money to be able to do that.
To put the album together, right?
Yeah.
And we gotta grind, we gotta do what we
good
gotta
money
do.
too.
Yeah, it is good money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, now everything's locked down, so
Yeah.
There's no productions anymore. I was supposed to fly out
No,
there
there's not.
like a couple weeks ago. My buddy Denzel's doing a film called 5150, and I was supposed to fly out there, but California has a lot stricter restrictions than other states.
Oh, yeah.
And so production said that I'd have to be there to get tested early and then wait for the test results, and then once the test results come in, I would have to quarantine for at least 5 days before production. So I had to be there at least a week and a half early, and they were starting to shoot the next week on like Thursday. So I told Denzel, I said, hey, I'll fly out, I'll hop on a red eye tomorrow on Monday and be out there. And then the producers emailed me back and said it's probably not the best idea because I would be on an airplane, so I'd be a higher risk. So
Oh, wow.
they got put on the we did something else. I worked out something else where I had video submitted some stuff to him and did some voiceover work for him to help out with production.
Oh, that's nice. So you were doing a lot of voiceover and remote things then.
From here, remotely, just because
That's awesome.
Corona's kind of made everything hard and difficult and crazy.
Yeah, we've all had to get pretty clever, kind of MacGyver our way through this.
Yeah, I was excited to see
Is that a phrase?
MacGyver. Or which one?
Yeah. I was like, we're MacGyvering our way through this. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just made that up.
Totally a phrase, yeah.
It seems like it applies. Just
It does.
it's
It
fine.
works. It works. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. I was excited to see Paper Moon. See you guys working on that at home and being creative. I was just talking to my other buddy who released a song as well. Who's a musician, artist, talented person. Anyways, and it's interesting to see how many people are able to be not more productive, but they have a little more time to focus on art and be more creative. There's a huge lag between us.
Oh, so frustrating. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about is how frustrating all of this is.
What do you want to talk about? How frustrating COVID is?
No, just well, yes, obviously that's frustrating and it's awful, but just trying to still move forward and connect with each other and create and all these things, and then these Zoom everything, and the way that it glitches and the lags and all the
Yeah.
that's
It's yeah. It's not
frustrating.
it's not the same.
No.
Yeah.
And online
No.
concerts, at the beginning I was saying yes to all of those, and then
Mhm.
you put so much effort into trying to make it sound as good as you can, but you really have no control over if it's going to freeze on the other end or
Yeah.
any
Right.
of
You
that.
put so
And
much
it just
work
doesn't
into.
translate.
Yeah. It doesn't translate over.
No.
You're right.
So frustrating.
That's very frustrating, and there's nothing you can do about it because it's not on your end. Normally, it's just the output,
Yeah, a lot of
or how somebody else is
unpredictability.
receiving it, their input.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very, very frustrating. So you've been doing online concerts, or you were doing online concerts?
I did a few of them, and then I started saying no to doing that, just
Mhm.
because for me, I put so much into the performance and trying to
Mhm.
give everything that I've got, and then afterwards I have so much post anxiety of all of it,
Okay.
because if it didn't, if it was frozen or people were like, oh, I couldn't hear you, it was just fuzzy or whatever, then it is a bit hard
Mhm.
when you want to give your best.
Right. Is it coming out right? Is it translating right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could be very
exactly.
frustrating and stressful. Yeah, to put all that work into it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
maybe I'm complaining too much.
no, it's totally justifiable. It makes complete sense because we did acting class too. My teacher, my mentor, Anthony, a friend as well. We did an acting class, and it was very interesting to do it in a Zoom format, because in acting and stuff, you're working off your partner, but there's just something to be said about an energy in the room and your presence that you can work off of and feel. I don't know, it was just hard for me to get used to it. I just need to do it more.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, and I am based a lot around the feeling that I'm getting from a room and working off of that. Not working off of that, but you kind of, when everyone's together in a space, you're feeling the music together, and you're all in this feeling, and it's really contagious and beautiful. And over screen, it's such a disconnect for me.
Right.
Because I'm just, it's my phone right here. So.
Yeah, and
weird.
it's true. You work off that energy in the room. Yeah, and the feedback that they're giving you. It's just like comedians. A lot of comedians, they're trying to figure out how they can do some shows, but they're doing drive-ins, and the people are sitting in their cars, or they're doing the online stand-up stuff, and you just don't get the feedback that you want, and the energy is not there, so it takes you out of it. It's almost like it just takes you out of it. It's like watching a movie, and then all of a sudden you see behind the screen or something, like you see the mic come in, like the boom comes in. It just takes you out of the scene.
Yeah. It removes you.
It removes you from it. Present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And also, I think now more than ever, we really want to connect with each other. And we can't. Everyone has to stay separate, and so that's something that is really difficult. I think kind of damaging in its own way.
Yeah, we have a salon, we have a business, and I met somebody that just came in for an interview or whatever. I was doing an interview, and I met her and I shook her hand. I reached out and I shook her hand, and she shook, and then I stopped and I realized, and I felt so, I was like, oh, did I just break a rule? I was like, oops. And I felt so disconnect. I don't know, I felt like, I wasn't supposed to do that, and it was such the weirdest feeling, because you're used to shaking hands or hugging, and you can't do that
you never
right
question it or think about it.
No.
And then now it feels like you're being naughty.
Yeah. Like, I just did something wrong, and all I did was shake her
It's the most simple. Yeah, it's just
simple
the simplest
hello.
thing, and now it's something you're like, did I just send that person to their grave? Or vice versa.
Jesus, Joy. Did I just cause a
It's
mass
a lot
extinction?
of pressure these days.
Did I just...
I'm a
Did I
morbid
just send that person
mind.
to their grave? Ugh. Should I? Oh man.
You know.
So well, with being at home, 'cause I know California's crazy right now.
Yeah.
With all the regulations and rules out there, I know like salons can't even be open right now. That's just crazy.
No, my hair turned blue. I couldn't get it done.
I know you can't get it back to blonde. It's your natural blue color.
Oh, it's terrible.
But with all the lockdown and craziness going on, I mean, obviously you guys aren't able to go out and eat as much or just be out in general. Has that helped or hindered, do you think, with creativity and all that?
For me, it's been a mixed bag, but mostly it's helped. I kind of thrive in a bubble. Before all this, I preferred to spend a lot of time at home, and I didn't go out much, and that's how I like to be, I guess. But now it feels like because I can't go out, I'm having this sort of reverse psychology effect where now I want to go out. I can't.
Yes. Yeah. Can you go hiking or do they close the trails still?
You know what? I haven't checked in on that, but I prefer to just go to the beach and walk on the beach, which you can do, and catch the sunset or something.
Yeah.
And it's really nice just to go have fresh salt air blowing on you and all that. I find it
sea breeze.
Really healing.
Yep. I know for a while there they had the beaches closed, so that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was a bummer, because that is where I go kind of escape and check in with myself. You got a kiddo?
Can you hear him?
Yeah. I have one of those, and I was like, is that mine or yours?
I was going to ask, can you hear that? That fire alarm whistle?
Whose is that?
Just like... what's kiddo doing?
She's on Roblox.
She's a roadblock right now?
You'll find out. No, it's called Roblox. It's this game, and you make an avatar, and you meet up with your friends, and they're also in the game, and you go to build houses, have businesses. She's got a whole business, 4-story, restaurants.
She's an entrepreneur.
She is.
She's got businesses. Is it like a Minecraft kind of?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know exactly what Minecraft is, but I gather that they're in the same realm, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I thought she said she's road blocking. I was like, she's out on the road right now blocking.
She's just making sure people are wearing masks.
She's blocking traffic right now. She's a roadblock. Like, what? So let's talk about Paper Moon.
Yeah, let's do it.
What inspired you to do Paper Moon, and approximately how long was it in the making?
So Paper Moon started about 2 years ago, and we wrapped it up, I think, when was it? In January. It was wrapped up. And it was set to be released in March, and then the lockdown happened. So I pushed the date to June 5th.
Okay.
Just thinking, maybe I'll be over by then. That seems far enough
doable.
away, right? Like, that did. It seemed like this
June
should
5th, 2021.
be normal.
No, totally.
So at that time it was March, and it was not even, it was like mid-March. And then I was thinking, that seems like a good time. There's no way we'll be quarantined in our houses.
There's no way they're going to do this more than 4 months. Yeah, and then half a year later.
Yeah.
But
hate to be wrong, but I was wrong.
Well, we shoot for
very wrong.
Stay positive, shoot for the best.
Yeah.
So then you guys finished Paper Moon and then released it. What would you say is your biggest inspiration or the thread line for Paper Moon? It kind of ties it all together.
So I didn't go into it with the concept of I'm going to make an album and this is what I'm going to cover. It was more that music has always been sort of the way that I work through any feelings, and a lot of the time it's stream of consciousness when I'm writing, and I just sort of sing, and I have these words that come out, and then I always think I'll replace them later, and sometimes I replace a couple of things, but for the most part they stay true to whatever the feeling was that I let out. And so I had a collection of about 20 songs and realized that I wanted to put together some that went cohesively together so that I could put out a whole album, because I had only done an EP at that point. And I had a whole vision of doing a whole record and printing out vinyls and all of these things.
All the physical aspect of doing an album. Yeah,
exactly.
Well,
all the physical aspect stuff.
Well, it's funny because I mean, a lot of the stuff is digital nowadays anyway, you know, so the whole I mean, remember we used to get CDs, and then that was like one of the biggest parts of the CD was pulling out that insert and unfolding it and just having all that artwork, and you know, even the lyrics were in there, you know, so that was like a big part of music for us.
I loved that.
Yeah, for us growing up, that was like a biggest part. Nowadays they don't even have that. They just have promotional material that they post online digitally. So I mean, you're not missing out too much, but if you wanted to go back to that style, or that, I don't know, it's not retro because it's not old enough to be retro necessarily.
No.
But your ads are. I love the ad.
Classic.
I love yeah, it's classic. But your ad is super cool and retro. I love that vintage style, like that 60s and 70s style. It's super funny.
That's my jam.
Yeah, I love it.
I love
That's
it.
your niche. Yeah.
I love all those old commercials. They're just so riddled with like underlined misogyny and things that are just like sprinkled in there that I can't believe they could ever make it on TV, but they did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like really crappily looking, and the sound crackly looking.
Yeah.
And the sound is crackly. I
It's
like
very
that.
Raw.
I like all of that.
Very, yeah. It's a different time. It's definitely a different
Also
time.
so staged and so yeah.
So
I love
poorly acted and poorly done, but it's so bad it's good kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah, you were cutting out, so I didn't want to lose your audio.
I can hear you.
Okay. Don't try to drink that like there's more in there. There's nothing in there.
I know. I just realized, I was like, dang it.
Busted. Oh.
Fine.
It's fine. I'll just keep drinking out of the empty cup.
I'll just this represents my 2020.
Yeah, right?
Just like pretending
Is the
that
cup
there's
half
more
full
tea
or
in
half
it.
empty? Oh, it's definitely empty. With Paper Moon though, so Jeffrey does the music and production, a lot of the production with you, right?
Yeah, he does a lot of the production with me, and he likes to kind of stay behind the scenes a little bit.
Yeah.
He gets camera shy and all that.
Gets camera shy.
He's super talented.
He's very talented. Yes.
I make the joke that he's my husband because he plays all the
he does
instruments.
everything. Yeah, I always see him with a new instrument, and I'm like, God damn, he could play everything.
He can.
Yeah, super talented.
It's great.
And to be able to put the music together like that with your guys' ear together, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we really work well together, and we both bring different influences to the table, which makes for such a nice marriage of music.
Yeah. Well, it shows in the music too. It comes out in the music.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
I think so. Yeah.
What would be your first thing to do after quarantine, or after if all this is over? Say they come out with antibodies, or they come out with a cure that would be mass produced, that somebody could just go to the local pharmacy, get an over-the-counter prescription to cure this, and everything kind of starts to go back to normal. What would be your first thing to do?
I would question all of it, and I would say, I'm going to stay in while you guys all test that new cure out.
Okay, let's hypothetically say it's been proven that it's, they have a cure now, and basically like it's the flu.
It's a safe one. It's good. It works.
So let's say, what's the first thing you'd want to do? there's no mask wearing, there's no 6 foot
Oh, what would be the
rule.
first thing I did?
Yeah, if there was no
Yeah.
limitations on how many people could be in, like,
Yeah.
what would be the first thing you'd want to do? Go to Six Flags? Would you want to do a concert? Would you want to film a music video? What would be the first thing you'd want to do?
I feel like I would want to just travel.
There you go.
I was supposed to go to Europe this summer.
Oh, me too.
And I really was super excited. Really?
Yeah.
You
We
were?
were supposed to go to London, yeah.
We could have run into each other.
I know. Well, Europe is a big place.
Oh, same. We were going to go to London, Italy,
Yes.
Germany. Well, it is and it isn't.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, now they're not even, the European Union's not even letting Americans in, so that's a no-go.
I don't blame them. We're insane.
I don't blame them either.
Americans.
Yeah, we are not all there.
Yeah, no. We're a mess. We're like a couple that's divorcing that's hasn't grown enough to be able to be mature for their kid.
Yes, that's definitely it.
And we're both just telling the kid, your dad is this, and the other one's like, your mom this, and kid's like,
Just
that's America.
bad talking
like,
each other in
figure it
front of the
out,
child.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dad's wearing blue, mom's wearing
Yeah.
red.
Like no one can take responsibility.
No, they're always pointing at each other. Yeah, and then dad hits mom at the dinner table.
Yeah.
It just gets really awkward.
Yeah.
Yes, the worst.
They need, yeah.
We are the worst.
We need to get to the point where we remember that at one point we loved each other
Mhm.
and we can love each other again
Yep.
and be different.
Yeah, it's just how it's crazy how political everything's gotten. It's like just wearing a mask has become the end all be all.
I know.
I don't get it.
I know.
But then again, I've never really understood. But people make it more complicated than it needs to be. It's not that complicated. But
It's very overcomplicated.
They overcomplicate
sure.
everything and they make everything more personal than it has to be. Like their identity. It's their, I'm not wearing a mask. I don't have to. I'm, free country and all that stupid stuff. My favorite is when they go into a business. I love those. When you see the videos online, they go into a business, and we own 2 businesses, and so we have to put up a sign. You can't enter unless you're wearing a mask. It's mandated by the city, by the state. But I love seeing those videos when people go into Costco or Sam's Club and they're demanding they get entrance to get their stuff but they're not going to wear a mask, and then the managers end up kicking them out. And they just throw a tirade. Oh, it's a free country. It's like, yeah, you're free to leave as well. Being at home and stuff, have you guys released Paper Moon.
Yeah.
I would say what's next, but it's too soon to say what's next.
No, I disagree. That's where I thrive, is just I throw myself into creativity, especially during times where I'm not fully able to deal with whatever else is going on. That's when I go to music. So right now I'm working on an EP that is going to be some cover songs of this street musician that I met. I didn't even meet him. I was 16. I was in Switzerland with my family, and we were in Zurich, and I heard this beautiful singing voice singing Hey Jude, and we followed it, and we found this street musician, and he was selling his own album, and I loved him so much that I had my mom buy that for me, and his name was Albert, and he made these CDs on his own, not through a label or anything, and he had recorded them on a 4-track, and so it's called Somewhere Down the Old 4-track.
Okay.
And that's all it said, and it had I think 10 songs, and these songs touched me so deeply and were so important to me, and I have always wanted to record a few of them that I love and do cover songs and maybe put them on SoundCloud.
Oh, awesome.
I've tried to find him since, and this was a long time ago because I was 16, so that was ages ago, and I've tried to find him on the internet, and I cannot find him. So hopefully...
Do you have a first and last name, or is it just first name?
Albert.
That's Prince.
Albert.
What's his name? Bono.
But yeah,
Sting.
I've tried. His songs are so prolific, and his voice is so insane. I wish I could just put his stuff out for him
Yeah.
and promote it. I don't know the rules with that. I don't know.
Well, do you still have the
yeah.
the album or the CD? What was it? A CD or a 4?
It was a CD that he recorded it on his 4-track.
Okay, he recorded it from the 4-track on the CD.
Yeah.
Do you still have the CD?
Yeah. I don't.
Oh.
So these are going to be, a lot of them are going to be through memory.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, his voice, gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I was gonna say you need to put that on 4chan or Reddit or something,
Gorgeous.
and then the internet will find him. The internet always wins.
I hope you're right.
But
I
if you
hope
just
that,
have Albert, it's gonna be hard for them to find.
It's so hard. And he was a street musician, and
yeah. And you don't have the original album. You don't have the CD or any cover art.
Even that was, it didn't have. It was like, if I'm remembering correctly, it just was like a printout that he had made.
Mm-hmm.
And so and it wasn't ever on the internet. He really only sold it, out of his guitar case.
Right.
So,
as a busker.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
And it's so good, the song. He's so good. I'm excited for people to hear the songs and to put my spin on these songs that I just love. So that's what I'm working on now.
Well, I wonder if you released his music, because some of it's covers, right?
It's going to be all covers of his songs. And I think if I'm just sharing it on SoundCloud and I'm not selling it, I'm just sharing.
Yeah, you're not profiting from it.
Covers that I made, then I think I'm good. And if he comes after me, that's actually what I want.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I really want to connect with him.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you put his music out there.
And I'll give him all the credit, obviously.
Well, not even the covers, not even you covering his music. I was just thinking if you released or put hit, because he had original songs on there? Because you said when you heard him singing, he was singing.
They're his original songs.
Oh, okay. Because he was singing a cover.
So that's
of
the
Hey
thing.
Jude.
He was singing covers.
Yeah.
But he wasn't performing his own stuff. He was just selling a CD. And because I was like, whoa, are you selling a CD? And what's on here? And he told me, oh, these are all my original songs. And I record them on a 4-track in my closet and in my bathroom.
For the reverb.
Like, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear them. Yeah. And then we put the CD in the car, and I was like in tears because I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. And then the whole CD, just like the whole thing is so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. One of those moments where music just like, it just really like gets you.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if you put his
magic of it.
Put his originals out on like Reddit or something and ask people, hey, can anybody find this guy? Give them a little bit of information you have.
That's a good idea.
You can probably find him.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do that.
Because
I'm gonna do that. That's a good idea.
Like, have you seen the documentary Don't F with Cats?
Yeah, I started watching it and then I got.
It's dark and disturbing, but the reason I brought that up was because the internet basically found the guy just by like going through photos and little pieces of information they had. The internet's the one that basically stalked and found the guy and got him caught.
Yeah. I worry that like I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go dark, but
positivity.
Really hope he's well.
Oh, that's
I know.
Hope he didn't shake somebody's hand like me.
I hope someone didn't send him to his grave. He's too talented.
Jesus, Joy.
No one does.
Don't try to drink your tea again.
I'm just gonna pretend it's still there.
So everybody, Joy's drinking out of an empty cup right now. Everything you see is an illusion. That's just a set prop.
Such is life,
that's
right?
not even a real lemon. It's in that.
It's a prop lemon. You stay so busy, my gosh.
Yeah, I got to. I can't not be busy.
Yeah.
With the baby full time, constantly, and then we have the warehouse, the retail shop, and then we have the salon, and then I do my acting and modeling with my agency, and production, and then the podcast.
Man.
But it's good to be busy. I'd rather be busy than not busy, you know?
Oh, for sure. If I'm not busy, I turned into a terrible version of myself that nobody likes.
Dude, I get anxiety. I have really bad anxiety.
I do, yeah.
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 Do you sleep it?
I like things to look forward to and
Yeah.
and just create. I just like
Creating.
creating
Yep.
whatever it is. Yeah.
That's why I'm always saying artists support artists, and I know how it is to need to be creative, to have that need to outlet, whether it be music or anything, whatever genre it is or whatever format it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always have to create, but then I get anxiety because
same.
my downfall is sometimes I'll do too much, or I'll have too much on my plate, and then I'm like, oh crap, what did I do? I've overwhelmed myself, and then I get anxiety that I gotta finish and I have to deliver. And then when I try to sleep at night, I can't sleep because my brain won't turn off, so I get what's it called? What's the word?
Insomnia.
There it is, insomnia. So yeah, I have insomnia.
Very familiar with the insomnia and the anxiety combo.
Yep. And I'll put like a podcast on or something and try to drown it out while I fall asleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put
I
music.
find audiobooks and music,
Yeah, audiobooks, anything
is helpful.
Yep. Try to distract my mind from spinning.
Something to follow along with and get you into a different thought process.
Yeah, to be able to focus more on just one thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's so hard.
You're in the same boat?
Yeah. I know how it goes. It's tough because Jeffrey is so even keeled and mellow and he doesn't get anxiety or depression. Yeah. So it's hard for him to understand when I am having that.
Okay,
it's like, just go to sleep.
just sleep. Like, close your eyes and
like,
sleep.
Have you tried closing your eyes? Like,
because Cena's the same way. She could literally just fall asleep.
I'm so jealous of these people.
Yeah, and then she'll stay asleep. If I fall asleep, the slightest noise or something wakes me up, and then I can't go back to sleep. I've always only slept like 4 or 5 hours a night. No.
Oh my gosh.
My brain's just constantly going. Like, oh, I gotta do this. What am I doing? Yeah, I always think of something.
Oh my gosh.
You gonna drink your tea again?
I was going to. I just decided to push it.
No, you reached over to grab it to drink it.
My water.
I love body language. I love watching people. Body language. It's funny.
Habits are so funny.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I think your cup of tea was your comfort zone. Gosh. That's your.
Yes, it's my security blanket. It is.
Yep. You should think about starting your own, start a podcast or something, because your voice, you have like a really good voiceover, like a speaking voice. It's very calm and soothing, and you should really do like a podcast where you just talk about things.
That's the nicest thing.
No, seriously, because then it would give you another outlet of expressing yourself. True. And then you can advertise your music and everything else on there too. But then it lets fans and everybody else get to know you a little bit more, besides just through your music.
Besides my amazing commercials.
Yeah, besides the phenomenal 70s commercials.
That's a good idea. I have the problem that I think most people have, is that I really don't like the sound of my own voice.
Nobody does. I hate my voice. Hate it.
I don't know.
But you do. You have a really good sounding voice.
Thank you.
You could even do voiceover work.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
That'd be. I could do that. I have
you have the equipment to do it. Exactly. You do music. That's a lot of people's bread and butter is doing voiceover work, and it's fun to do.
Yeah.
It's fun to get a script and do like a voiceover and create a character, and it's really fun to do. But your podcast would be phenomenal.
Thank you.
Even if you didn't do a video version, if you just did an audio podcast and put it out there.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
I love this idea.
Something to think about. I would definitely talk to Jeffrey.
My wheels are spinning.
Yeah. See about doing that, because then you just got to record some audio and just discuss things, kind of vent.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be like having a radio show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's what it would be. It would be what I don't know what you could call it, the Joy Downer radio show. Yeah. That'd be cool because it still has that retro feel to it, because nobody really listens to radio anymore unless it's online. So it'd still give you that.
That's true.
Because you have that retro style. Mm-hmm. So if you call it the Joy Downer radio show, have that throwback feel.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah. Think about it. That'd be cool. Sweet. Well, I love the album. Paper Moon is phenomenal. So
thank you
yeah,
so much.
keep it up, and let me know when you guys create some more stuff, and keep chugging along. Artists support artists. So
yeah, thanks for the support.
I appreciate it. Go drink some more tea.
I'm going to.
All right, bye.